if you knew you're just gonna die, fair enough. Okay, you can but you don't know what's gonna happen tomorrow. Am I gonna die, or am I gonna suffer even worse than that? I think that's the worst part of being a refugee and not knowing where you belong or what tomorrow is gonna bring.
Give us a smile. When you're ready, go for it.
I am a footballer.
Nadia Nadim and her extraordinary journey.
And I am soon to be a doctor. Whenever I have time, I want to change the world. Born in Afghanistan, lived the first 10 years of my life there, so I remember everything really well. My dad was in the Afghan military, a very, smart, sportive man. So and then he loved sports and also loved football. He was the first person. He gave us a one of them old footballs with the white and black dots. He was a great man. He was unfortunately killed by the Taliban, which made the life for us as a family very, very difficult. So in 2000, we decided to leave the country and was smuggled out of the country by van, plane, and then behind lorry trucks to Denmark, where in a refugee camp I started to play football. That's where I fell in love with the game. I fled those people 21 years ago, and suddenly they have the entire power, the entire country. For me, it's just so hard to understand. Breaks my heart, and also thinking of the future for especially girls and women in the country. I cannot even imagine it, right now I don't see a future. We went from having a decent life to war where it just was chaos and we had nothing. And during that time period, I knew how valuable, other people's help and compassion can be. And that's also something that I want to do for others now. The worst thing is to not knowing what the future is going to bring, not knowing what tomorrow is going to bring. Am I going to be alive or not? That uncertainty, I think that's something that a lot of everyone, on that journey, they will feel is the worst part of it. I don't think for me it's even, if you knew you're just going to die, fair enough. Okay, you can but you don't know. That's what's going to happen tomorrow. Am I going to die, or am I going to suffer even worse than that? I think that's the worst part of being a refugee and not knowing where you belong or what tomorrow is going to bring. It's important to have dreams and hopes. In Afghanistan, I didn't even knew women's football existed. But in a refugee camp, when I saw the football, I'm a dreamer, and that was the first thing. I was like, I'll be playing for the biggest teams. At that point, I only knew Real Madrid and Barcelona, the men's team. So I was like, one of those teams. And you know what? I had the chance to play for them. So.
And she steps up and is a hero in the final.
But I think, again, when you have nothing, you still have your dreams and hopes, because that's something no one can take from you. And it doesn't really cost anything. Anyone, everywhere, at any time can have those two things. They brought me here, and I really hope that they'll do the same thing for other people.